It's really a story about faith. It's a story about doing the right thing. It's a story about just following God.
There are a number of topics that we want to teach about that are pretty varied in how you can teach them. Patience is one of those, which you can teach from the side of waiting or the side of being patient and being diligent.
Abe and Sarah is a classic story from the Old Testament. The story of having to wait so long to have a child, and they learn to trust him and have to put their faith in him and be patient.
Both of these stories went through a ton of different versions and several scripts, and so it was actually an exercise in patience in development to make this show in patience.
You know, we really wrestled with how much of this great big story do you try to get in one little story like this.
It's really hard for kids and even for us as adults to just wait for something. For example, Junior, he wants to kind of like get it done quick and go back to eat the cookies.
So that's how patience paid off. The end. Okay, let's go home, Bob. Cookies await.
I like my cookies with a light, flaky kind of a crust, you know, kind of a sugar cookie or something. So that's what I'm imagining.
And when cookies are sitting out, it's hard to not eat the cookies.
Hot, warm cookies are just, the best. And so we thought it'd be fun to have Junior chasing after cookies.
Chocolate chip, man, that's the way to go. That's my favorite, and I'm a big fan.
I can practically taste those chocolate chips now.
So for fans of the series that know VeggieTales well, they'll know that there was a Ma grape at one time.
She has a bit of, a range. She is that motherly figure that's kind and supportive.
The best part about the new character was we needed a new voice, and this time we got to use the voice of Delilah.
When waiting got hard, it helped me to think about how wonderful it would be when we got our promise.
Originally, the Boo Boo Bird wasn't part of the story.
Well, I was actually in my backyard and just seeing birds coming in and just eating some sunflower seeds. It's like, oh, what about if there is a bird that eats sunflower seeds, and that bird kind of like, it was the pride and tradition of Boo Booville.
We just thought it'd be funny, kind of a cute little way to set up, what this town is about.
So we created the Boo Boo Bird, which was really fun because it needed to be really goofy looking to match the name Boo Boo Bird. I mean, you can't have a normal looking bird.
We love it in her, we love it in her. Hey, it's really, really nice in her.
Is the place to be.
The biblical account talks about was a place that Abraham was fairly settled and he liked it there. He didn't want to move on. So we thought about and we're like, what would be appealing about it? And we said, well, actually, what if it's a little retirement community? And so it became this, we knew exactly where to go then.
There's plenty of refreshments and lots of fun. Who doesn't like it in Just give me one person.
This show is actually the first full 45-minute VeggieTales show for John Waba to direct. And he did a fantastic job. I'm thrilled with how much he's brought to the screen, and he really wrestled with it. I love it when the directors get in there and through production just really wrestle with it to make it better, and he did. There's some great moments in the film that would not exist without John having really worked at it.
Nifty. Sneeze if you have to. Sneeze if you need to.
Some of the great Soleil songs are ones that talk about things that everybody's experienced, losing a hairbrush, love of cheeseburgers, and now we have a song about sneezing.
We went back with our friends Randall Goodgame and Andrew Peterson, who had written Monkey and also The Biscuit of Zazamarandabo, and they pitched this song for Sneeze.
Right from the top, we all said, boy, that chorus is just really catchy.
But we were looking for what was the thing that we could tweak it to make it really just like, bah, And so John Waba threw out the idea, well, what if Bob, once you start sneezing, can't stop?
I didn't want Bob to be like, okay, Bob can't sneeze, he goes to the doctor, he sneezes, end of story. I wanted actually to create a bigger payoff at the end.
As part of production, we always work very hard to finish out the whole show, which includes the DVDs. And one of the things we never really talk about is what it takes to make our great DVDs. And we've brought along a new producer, Zach Willis, to help us get that wrangled and put together in an amazingly fast time frame. The writer of both of these stories is Mark Steele. He's a new writer for us, and he came in as a script writer and then also came in and presented some songs.
He won't ever get it right unless it's right now.
It's a big number that's filled with a lot of fun moments.
We needed a big opener that kind of set in motion this bit of a Beauty and the Beast feeling kind of world, you know, where it's high energy and lots of fun.
That was a really fun thing, to be able to capture these songs that really try to sing about patience or right now, having to do something right now. It was a great way to take a song and within the song make it sound like somebody's impatient.
Clunk and a work, clickety-clack, humding per week.
If you're gonna do a story about inventions and all kinds of fun little bits, you kind of have to capture that in the song, and so Humding for We really does that.
He's just like a little kid in a big toy story.
I loved singing it as Larry. I mean, that was just a blast.
If I look around, I would see there's more important things than what I create, and I'd learn to wait and enjoy the joys that life will bring.
The other songs are more for like comic reliefs and just introducing characters and introducing inventions. This song is strictly about the lesson.
Amidst all of this silliness, there's just a really powerful lyric here that applies to all of us.
I am willing to wait, my work will be great. With patience, I'll do things right.
I think that right there sums up the whole story that we've been telling.
What we're trying to teach the kids is if we trust God or if we trust mom and dad, it's easier to wait for the promise to be fulfilled.
You know, we may expect things to happen right now or tomorrow, and Abe needed to realize, and we also need to realize that it's in God's time. So it's not going to always be how we think it's going to be when we think it's going to be.
Something we felt was just so important to communicate to kids is when God promises something to you, He will do it.
We live in an age where we expect things to happen very quickly, so waiting is a big challenge for us. And for us here at Big Idea to have an opportunity to talk about waiting and to teach kids about waiting and to have impact in that sense, it's a great opportunity.
Are you ready for your cookies now, Junior?
What? Already? Oh,